to tie things up and give them a shot at overtime.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. Boy, these teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Here we go.
It's overtime.
Here we go. Gabriel Deck out there with Holmgren. Then it's Bouknight. Then there's Lou Dort. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 3. 51 seconds left to play it over. Time. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Harden. Inside. Money.
One thing you can say about Embiid, he never shrinks from the moment.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
No good off the back of the rim.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Harden. Count it!
And there is no way anybody else is taking that shot. I mean, when it's crunch time on a big possession, Harden is always going to be that guy.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 1. 16 seconds left in OT. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
Gilgeous-Alexander going to celebrate that one.
Defensive foul. Tobias Harris. That's his second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting the technical free throw. Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, no good on the free throw. Here's Maxey.
Yes! They keep capturing the lead and giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're up by 1. There's 6 seconds left in the OT period. All right, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they need to stay focused defensively. A stop could win them the game, but fouling could lead to big trouble.
Goes up off the inbound. Money!
Great job executing that inbounds play. That's got to make Coach happy.
And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
I'm back there doing jack dance like and I'm not no fashionista, but I'm fly though. And I know I gave up, but I'm told her I don't.
At guard, 6'6".
And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about having a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. And it's Pritchard in at point guard. Now, here's George. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
So smooth, so pretty off the dribble drive. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work.
And this Thunder team in desperate need of a veteran. Someone on their way out that can still be productive and provide some leadership.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Depp. Dort against Tatum. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. A 3-ball. No good on that one. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Tatum passes to Pritchard. The kick out to Brown. Off target from three-point range.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Here's Bouknight. Terrific assist and nice finish. Solid play all around.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And here is Bouknight. Launches a 3. Rebound by Williams. Now here's Brown. The 8-footer. Count that bucket.
Well, that's where you use your athleticism and agility for Jaylen Brown, navigating to a high percentage look.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And we'll be back with you right after this.
And please give a big round of applause for your Thunder Youth Dance Team.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Ilyasova out there with Williams. And it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Lou Dort. And it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Brogdon's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics.
Well, you love to see Malcolm Brogdon take advantage of that frame, capitalizing in close.
Dort kicks to Ilyasova. Back to Dort. Fires for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Dort's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Dort against Brogdon. And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow, Malcolm Brogdon doing work off the dunk. That is nice.
Dort against Tatum. And Dort gets it to go. Dort's got 5 now. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Tatum, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, and they won their last game against this squad, and it was about the hot shooting on display.
Now Tatum, after Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Hartenstein. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Dort misses.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Well, it's amazing. If you finish quarters the right way, it can have such a great impact on the outcome of the game.
Beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thunder lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third.
Thanks for being here. Let's kick things off with a check on the NBA Players of the Week.
It's typically on the opponent. No one has been able to slow him down lately. Also, on and off the court, his leadership has been great for this team.
Turning our attention back to the Thunder, they're in a real... And that is a wrap.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And sometimes in the closing moments, NBA games can slow to a crawl. Doris, you and I know that firsthand. Intentional fouls, replay reviews. What should the league revise in terms of that?
The most important thing they did is take some of the replay reviews and allow Secaucus to deal with them. That speeds up action. The fact of the matter is fouls and free throws at the end of the game are part of strategy. And yes, we need to be quick with replay reviews, but we have to understand this is strategic and important stuff that happens. Starting the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Up at the forward spots, it's Tatum and Horford. Then it's Rob Williams. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. And Jason Tatum seems GA like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the finals.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Buries the long-range jumper.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Pritchard. Tatum against Dort from 18 feet away. Offensive rebound. Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Bouknight passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Hits it from 3-point range. Tatum's got 5 points so far.
Absolutely a threat. You've got to be on Tatum on the catch in 3-point territory, or just like that, he will shoot lights out.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. With 2 seconds left, and Holmgren lays it in.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is returned.
And please give a big round of applause for your Thunder Youth Dance Team.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Celtics trail by 6. Williams is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Bouknight. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's Brogdon, and stolen by Ilyasova. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Here's Bouknight. A 3-pointer, no good. Boston shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Brogdon kicks to Horford. Launches it. No good on that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Here's Bouknight. And a miss there on the triple. Bouknight's gotten just one of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Back to Brogdon.
That's the big, strong, physical body of Malcolm Brogdon, able to take the contact and still get a shot off.
So let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Thunder.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And Gallinari throws it down.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Dort comes in for Williams. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Alex Caruso. And then for Boston, Tatum, he's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Brown in for Malcolm Brogdon. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Mark Daigneault talking to his team during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one.
Thank you, David. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second team foul.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
I don't know how you can't be excited about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy at such a young age accepts the responsibility of the big-time delivery. He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Tatum. Boston again missing. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
And Holmgren possesses sky-high potential. His length and versatility making him such an intriguing prospect.
Down kicks to Horford. From past the arc. They get it back. In the corner, Tatum with it. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Shooting for Boston.
Jason Tatum continues to emerge, guys, as one of the most elite players on both ends. We know on the offensive end he's a dangerous 3-level scorer. He's also capable of locking you up defensively.
The second one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
Well, Tatum does look ready, prepared to do what he does best in the clutch, get buckets.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
14 foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
And we've seen SGA blossom into a #1 option. Another chance here to prove himself.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot inside, and take my chances in overtime.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball and a fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin.
Please say the baby. Even in the AM, we should be alone. We could get a day in. You like what I'm saying and come around the way in. We could go inside and stay in. Tell a homeboy you're staying. You've been taken, gone. I'ma turn him, yeah. You know I love you like good food. You know you with a good dude. You know you.
Boy, the Thunder looking like they're not messing around tonight. They had a little bit of an edge to them as they got off the bus earlier. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, Allie LaForce is our reporter. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. Taking a look at New Orleans, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
Well, I think for the Thunder, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some critics have said they're playing way above their heads, but I think we're just learning how great this team is.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. They've got Holmgren, Gabriel Deck out there with Lou Dort. Then it's Bouknight, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. And for Orlando, filling out the wings, it'll be Suggs and Wagner. Wendell Carter is out there with Mo Bamba, and it's Anthony in at the one. An intriguing contest tonight with two teams that play some of the toughest defense in the NBA, Clark.
BA, I call it old school hoops. It's about winning with energy and activity, not just offense, getting it done with some grit and grind defense as well.
Here's Suggs. Pass to Bamba. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Boy, good vision that time from Suggs on this play, finding the most ready shooter and fed him nicely.
Yeah, and despite being the youngest team in the league, the Thunder have been solid defensively the last couple years. A great sign going forward for this franchise.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. There's a minute 17 left in the first quarter of the game. Anthony, the pass to Bamba. Goes back up. Out to Anthony. Here's Suggs. Wagner with a screen. Suggs, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Wagner picks him up. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander from behind the arc. He buries it from 3.
You have to chase Gilgeous-Alexander off the arc. A guy with his confidence is just too dangerous.
Here's Suggs. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
That free throw no good.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
A big group substitution here for Orlando. Wagner's checked in for Bamba. Banchero comes in for Carter. Isaac, he's checked in for Wagner. And it's Fultz in for Anthony. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. And it's good. 2 points.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Here's Suggs. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Suggs. This one for 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. So at the end of 1 quarter of play.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Magic Youth Dance Team.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Kenrich Williams is out there with Ersan Ilyasova. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in at the shooting guard position. Here's Anthony following the bucket by the Thunder. Pass to Fultz. Here's Banchero. The shot is good. Fultz making the play.
I mean, 6'10", about 250. Banchero imposing his will inside. Offensively, Banchero is a difference maker. Not just with the talent, but with his relentless approach. Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Orlando trailing here. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. Anthony against Caruso. Tries again. And no good. Good work defensively by Dort. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Count it.
Ilyasova doing a nice job there finding his open teammate. Just a really good play that time.
The Magic have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer, Anthony. The shot won't fall. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. Coming into this, having knots to win against Boston in their last game.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Now here's Caruso. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Dort against Isaac. Here's Fultz. That one rolls around and rims out. Here's Hartenstein. And so it's the Oklahoma. Oklahoma City Thunder leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's mostly...
And thank you for joining us as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You look at their stats. They're shooting it well. Love the ball movement. They're getting guys open and taking the right shots.
Some smart basketball from them in the first half. A joy to watch here in the studio. Let's turn our attention to the dunk contest and see who's competing for a spot this year.
It's not enough to be a game dunker like you, Shaq. To win this event, you got to take the fans' breath away.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
In the backcourt, it's Anthony and Suggs. Franz Wagner out there with Wendell Carter. And it's Bamba in at the 5. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with.
For Orlando, the 2021 trade deadline marked a turn to a new direction. I mean, the Magic trading away Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, and Nikola Vucevic indicated they were clearly going another way.
Carter, high post. Here's Suggs. Anthony up top. Pass to Wagner. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Well, with those 2021 Magic deals, what do you think of hitting the reset button, Clark?
You know, B.A., I like it. I think it was time. That group had not quite made the progress that was expected. And at some point, you got to determine whether you're better off changing course or going with the status quo. So I like the moves they made. A youth movement in Orlando shows promise going forward.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Three-pointer. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
The 3 from Suggs. The offensive rebound. Bamba, that's good.
Bamba's got crazy length and impressive height, obviously, at north of 7 feet. Helps him on that offensive board, but his tenacity, a big part of that, too.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Offensive board to the wing, right side. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Beyond the arc. Here's Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Anthony. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Kenrich Williams. Then it's Bouknight. And it's Caruso in at the 1. Three-pointer. Bouknight gets the 3 ball to go. Bouknight's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, you ask any team executive, they're all looking for the next Giannis. There aren't many like Giannis.
That is so true, B.A. Good luck with that, team executives. But reality, look, with the way the NBA game has evolved, positionless basketball is what it's all about. You combine that with size, skill, and talent, that's a dangerous combination, and that's what every team needs.
Caruso with the bucket.
Coming out here tonight and making a statement. Really good work all around for the Thunder.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And this victory will put them at 36 wins on the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
That's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Caruso against Fultz. And it's Orlando with a rebound. And so Oklahoma City takes this one, and by a big margin. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory. They controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Esto fui yo que lo busqué, mami. Yo quiero ganarme un Grammy. Tener millones como Sammy. José a lo mío, tener una casa en Miami.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Running at the wings, Beal and Avdia. Kuzma will step in at the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Morris in at the 1. And for the Thunder, we've got Bouknight. Also, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there. Holmgren is out there with Lou Dort. And it's Deck in at the 4 slot. With the All-Star game approaching, Brent, there are plenty of deserving players, but as we know, there are only 12 coveted spots for each roster.
And Kevin, get ready for all the snub talk that we hear every year. It comes along like rain in spring. But if you could see the league expand the rosters maybe to 13, maybe even 15 players, maybe some of that would go away. Not all of it, but maybe some.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. 1:16 left here in the opening quarter. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander and the way that he's working. He's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw of the night.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Wizards making a switch here. Barton is checked in. And it's Washington's ball. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
Porzingis can't hit.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Morris. Porzingis with the block.
And Porzingis showing some of those signs from early on in his career. He was a great shot blocker.
Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Out to Porzingis. There's the 3. The Thunder pull it in. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. It's good on the putback.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
Morris with the ball. Here's Porzingis. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder lead by...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Ilyasova out there with Hartenstein. Then it's Lou Dort. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards... Ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button. We saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. May take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. Now here's Ilyasova. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Caruso, no good. Here's Washington now. To the inside, Hachimura, and the dunk by Hachimura.
And Hachimura at 6'8", no problem for him to get up.
Outside Williams, it's Dort on the wing. Here's the 3. Knocks down the three ball. Dort's got 5 now.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now, here's Gafford. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
It's Dort on the wing. Martin defending. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly.
Welcome, everybody. Before we get into tonight's game, we will be breaking down who's hot and who's not on our midseason power rankings.
When I look at the Wizards, hard to tell if this team has the drive that's needed to take to the next step. In fact, they're actually going the other direction.
They have talent, man, but they haven't been able to sustain that effort, and it feels like the guys are starting to get frustrated.
And now coming back to this game, a strong first half for the Thunder.
You know what? I always talk about...
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Lu Dort with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, there is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Taking a look at the Wizards. Avdia in at the small forward with Kuzma at power forward. Morris and Beal are the guards, and it's Porzingis in at center. Oklahoma City had one of the all-time NBA trios, didn't they? Brent, Durant, Harden, and Westbrook, 3 future MVPs. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever see that again.
Yeah, incredible, Kevin. Going to that finals in 2012, obviously really young and green at that time. Unfortunately, Harden was traded away that summer. They took a hard-line stance, and he was off to Houston. Just think back, would they have won titles together, and how many? Oh, Beal measured that floater just right.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Got that one up quick. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Thunder. Porzingis sets the pick for Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
That's some flashy footwork there from Bradley Beal.
The Thunder leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's good, 2 points. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Morris passes to Beal. Morris a screen. Here's Porzingis. Holmgren with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Gilgeous-Alexander against Beal. The 3. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
SGA from way out there, knocking down the 3.
Now, here's Avdia. He's guarded closely and finished off by Avdia.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Up in time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He delivered 9 points from 3-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. Back right after this. Time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Washington. 8-point game. Bouknight out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Ilyasova. Then it's Williams. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5, roaming the paint. It's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Now, here's Caruso. 6 to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Wizards making a switch here. Martin is checked in. Beal against Caruso. Beal gets a wide open look. Another one falls for Washington.
Well, Beal can make those kind of shots, that time mid-range.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. To the paint. Barton finds Gafford. Beal drives in. It's hauled in by Ilyasova.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. A different look for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Jack comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Dort in for Williams. Then for the Wizards, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Hachimura. And Morris subbed in for Will Barton. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on James Bouknight.
So huge. I mean, Bradley Beal produces, but man, this is especially true when the game is on the line. They have confidence in him here.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Alex Caruso.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. And they recover it. Another shot. Kuzma pulls it in. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Guys, I had a chance to find out what Wes Unseld Jr. discussed with his players. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game.
Thank you, David.
And good heads up from Bradley Beal, just spots the ready shooter.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Six seconds left to play in the final quarter. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander going to celebrate that one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, get up out of your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, your Washington.
There's Beal with the three. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on the edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. As New Balance presents our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
多就一步步高，莫相信他们的话炮制服，比他们尴尬，因为手里有牌，球队快把的嘛，为仇又再喊我快得落，我恨个不羁。你在心说我还在无意，我搬过的爱是为深耕不息，一路上我相信人者无敌。来你放的态度不讲道理，这城市所有拍着 shake your body， 不在我笼里就在你家一起 feeling the vibe，you better come in and find it。一个飞字不能概括，因为的实在有态度，改造了真定我在错。Got you， 当兵性别都是两片秋叶，老家吵得不得丢个专手的在政府纠结，我的妈耐得烦我，越境要好口罩长手的虎 ，Rapping my city you know that I'm cool， 感觉有利落是超帅态度。一个飞字不能概括，因为的实在有态度，改造了真定我在错。
Keep it to myself and staying out the way. Always on my lonely cause I can't change. Seeing how they talking and I'm outraged. Taking care of me, don't need a thing.
Yeah, shawty, then I get lost in the abyss. I'm a quiet, but I like to talk my. You could bet I'm in my head, but you could bet I'm. Look, these be my sons. Without me, they be done. Where the would you get all your mobile pictures from? That's why I've been living on this island with my. Ignoring all the. Cause my energy is priceless.
Keep it to myself and staying out the way. Always on my lonely cause I can't change. Seeing how they talking and I'm outraged. Taking care of me, don't need a.
Look, my energy is priceless. Told my jeweler ISIS. I'm way too decisive. Don't catch that ego-itis. When I'm up in London, everybody say your highness. Not because I'm royal, but because I do my thing. Born for this like Matt Dane. Red whip look like Chastain.
People be so phony, that's why I be on my lonely. People be so phony, that's why I be on my lonely.
I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island too. I've been living on an island.
People be so phony, that's why I be on my lonely. People be so phony, that's why I be on my lonely. Lonely people be so phony, that's why I be on my lonely. Lonely, lonely. Born for this like Matt Dane. Red whip look like Chastain. Born for this like Matt Dane. Red whip look like Chastain.
Some wings. Jury so cold I could freeze. Hey, first time I called Elliot, gonna tell me to spend $250. Now my chain costs $500,000, and I'm plotting on a silly Billy. say she like me, cause she sliding through the trenches with me. Give her $1 million worth of game, like I'm wallowing Gilly. Weezy wanna Pluto ride it, it's way too easy. I put your in CC, Celine, Chanel if need be. You really actors, you should've been on TV. You talking like you turned up, you really TD. It's your one and young Weezy, man, it's too easy. Different for every season, showing me they. I feel relaxed, it's like that therapeutic. She take that down, call back, so she won't think I need it. Made it out of jungle, my ball ain't got no jumper. My uncle, never met, but I still love you. Remember that from way back? That in the hood with that made my pillow. This ain't that what you looking at, and we didn't know that of the roster. You can tell it's a rich posture. Y'all gon' want on spitting it proper. That school I was searching my locker. Who did your jury? It look like brass. One of your bro should've stopped you. It's your one and young Weezy, man, it's too easy. Different for every season, showing me they. Feel relaxed, it's like that therapeutic. She take that down, call back, so she won't think I need it. If I don't post and I go ghost, it's gon' be for a reason. Just got my reading and my reasons. I'm booked out the region. This jury call on me, I'm freezing. No way I'm anemic.
Put up to the photo, man, it's too easy. Y'all gon' like judo, snatch a line. I got a different for different places, different seasons. They playing the position, cutting her off too easy. I started out R&B stars right at the band. I have on the west side, think that I abandoned her. I have I can change climate. I threw the money on it to the price up like I designed it. Ain't put the presidential on the. That little IG in a car. Pop out that night and double R. In the car.
It's your one and young Weezy, man, it's too easy. Different for every season, showing me they. Feel relaxed, it's like that therapeutic. She take that down, call back, so she won't think I need it. If I don't post and I go ghost, it's gon' be for a reason. Just got my reading and my reasons. I'm booked out the region. This jury call on me, I'm freezing. No way I'm anemic.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Great to hear Skylar Cole singing the national anthem before today's contest.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down?
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning. At this stage of the season, it's not unheard of to see teams lose steam. Doris, how do coaches keep their teams motivated for the second half of the year?
I think one thing quality NBA coaches do is they emphasize an NBA regular season is a marathon, not a sprint. Whether you are winning or losing, you're always building the foundation of your program. Do you have good defensive habits? Do you share the basketball? Are you committed to winning? Are you about your teammates? So much goes into success.
We're looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside, they have Finney-Smith and McGee. Doncic and Hardaway Jr. man the backcourt. And it's Bullock in at the 3 spot.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first. And Tim Hardaway Jr., a valuable offensive weapon, even if he's a bit of a volume shooter, Greg.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, his efficiency has never been a selling point, but he consistently will fill up the box score and always willing to shoot and can create for himself.
That'll be a 5-second call. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Doncic outside over Gilgeous-Alexander, and Doncic the bucket on the assist from Hardaway.
An easy option in the catch-and-shoot game. He normally has the ball, but proving he can play without it.
Pass to Bouknight, back to Dort, and here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on. The three.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, clearly an organization focused on the future, look no further than the median age of their roster. One of the youngest teams in the league.
Now here's Dort. Let's go with a three. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that one's good.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the rise and fire, continuing to evolve as a three-point threat.
Now here's Hardaway. Defense is right there. Pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Bullock. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Here's Bouknight, defended by Hardaway. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more reliable as a jump shooter. With everything else in his game, look out.
Now here's Hardaway. Pass to Bullock. Lets it go from deep. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Jacks up a three. On target from range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
And please give a big round of applause for your Thunder Youth Dance Team.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Ilyasova is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Kenrich Williams. Then there's Lou Dort. And it's Caruso in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter.
Boy, you think about the start of Spencer Dinwiddie's career. It was rocky. This guy falls to the second round. He gets waived a couple of times.